to the BoomBastiCAST, and I have to say I am extremely happy that we have a special guest here today. The one, the only, Buddy Budafewko. I've known this guy for so long. He's one of the original brains of BoomBastiCAST, and I gotta say it was a pleasure for him being able to fight off those COVID zombies and other plights that are plaguing our world to come down and do a show with me.
Well, thank you, Alex. It's always fun being here. Watching you guys do it. Um, Filling in for Matt today. He can't be here today. He's got the COVID-19. But you're my favorite host, anyways, on the show. So if I had to do it with any one of the two of yous, I'm glad it could be you, buddy boy.
Thanks, man. Warms my heart. Thanks. And I gotta say, it's great that that you can come down here, and we're going to talk about some stuff. We're going to also talk about some of the things that Buddy has done with us, and also what we're planning on doing in the future.
Yes.
But first, what we're going to talk about actually is the Severed Film Festival.
Oh yes, that was good. That was the online.
Yeah, and I have to toss out props to Neil,
Yep.
because he saw that there was a need, because a lot of festivals have kind of fallen off because of the pandemic and everything going on. Can't have too many people, so he decided to put on a little festival that showed horror films, shorts of some that have been made for a while, some that just got made, and he's going to also be he's also did an award ceremony, which we're really psyched about, that we really had fun with.
Yes, quick thinking. It was quick thinking on his part.
Yeah.
To take advantage of everybody's pandemic situation, keep things entertaining for them.
Yeah, I mean it was a lot of fun because we all got it. I am sure I'm not talking about only myself or Buddy here, but we find ourselves kind of trying to find something to do, keep our minds occupied, and it was a good time to celebrate independent films, and the great thing with Facebook watch time party, that's what it's called now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of fun because you can sit down and watch all these films at the comfort of your own home.
Truth.
And the thing is, we were really happy because we showcased some of our greatest work. Don't you agree?
Well, it was some of our work, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. We played. I know Insomniac played there.
Yeah.
We had the great Alex HAUCK in that.
Of course.
Victoria, Harry Carey Canvas starring the great Alexander HAUCK.
You can't beat that. I hear he's good.
He's one of the best, Did we say Victoria?
Yeah. I think.
I forget because Satan is so much in that film that it was messing with my brain. But I was the film that played there that I was most excited about was a directorial debut film from this man right here, Alexander HAUCK.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shot on location.
Yeah, a little
life, yes.
Well, I mean, actually, it's a funny little story about it. The short that my buddy Buddy is talking about is that I did a short called Acceptance.
Yes.
Now, it was a 2-minute short, and the reason, first of all, I did it was the famous and well-known Mr. Roger Corman actually.
Ooh.
Yep. He actually put out a little bit of a a challenge for us struggling filmmakers that have a lot of time on our hands now, to do a 2-minute little short to do a hashtag and put it out there, and I did that. unfortunately, he never got back to me. So
Well,
I don't think I won anything for that. But
Roger Corman's icon in the
oh
business.
yeah,
You know, I've known Roger Corman for 40 years myself, and I was supposed to direct the original Piranha movie.
yeah.
That didn't quite happen, as you know. This how the story goes. I was gonna do part two, but then he gave that to John Cameron,
uh,
James Cameron. I call him John because we're so close. And he took that. He took Terminator away from me. But
yeah.
I got no bad blood.
Now say this guy, he rises above.
I'm a good man.
He's a
I'm
good
the best.
man. He's the
I'm the best
best.
man.
Yeah.
When you go to a wedding and they have the position of the best man, that was named after me.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's true.
So acceptance. I
Yeah.
like that. Without going too deep into it, it had a nice alien flavor to it, which was very cool. Now how'd that come about?
Well, actually, it was funny because uh I was trying to think of, okay, what would be a cool thing to do, which I could do in a 2 minute time period, but also kind of play with the expectations. So it first starts out where you see me sitting down at my computer, and I get an email, and I open the email, and inside is an acceptance. You've been accepted, and of course, I act really happy and all of that. I go, I dress up and all of that, and I go out to my backyard, and then I start yelling at the sky. Says, "I'm ready. Take me, take me." And then with a little fun camera trick, I disappear, and then I reappear, and I disappear again, and reappear again, and until the final time I fall down dead. And the thing is that the idea.
Spoiler alert.
Well,
You're gonna watch the short film now. You just laid it all out there for him.
well, I you know me. I don't mind
Oh
about
dear.
giving spoilers, whether it's about my work or one of those big budget movies.
I hear you. So
Yeah.
it was an alien life form, is what I'm gathering from what you're saying.
Yeah, but you don't get to see the alien life form for two reasons. One, I strictly believe in the Jaws thing, that it's scarier to uh, not see the creature or the antagonist. I think it's honestly more scary that way.
I had a feeling you were going to give the artistic reason first,
Oh, the
and then
artistic reason
then
that
maybe the budgetary and time restraint reason after.
oh,
You know what I mean?
well, the second one is I had no time, had no money, and I was like, it's easier this way.
There was talk of an extended producer's cut. I
Yeah.
think with a few more scenes tied in. But aren't you also working on another um, film or no? More
Mm.
conspiratory? Is that still cracking? You don't gotta get too deep into it. But are you still doing that conspiratory type short film?
Well, the thing is, that's kind of in kind of creation hell right now. I filmed a few things, and I was going in a certain direction with it.
Yes.
Just really wanted to play and poke fun at kind of the conspiracies, like the Alex Jones type people. Uh,
Were you poking at Matt Fisher with his Behold the Pill podcast show?
no, no, no. I would never, ever think of doing that to Matt.
I had no comment about on his riots post. He
Uh,
was talking about the riots in Minneapolis.
oh, okay. To be perfectly honest, I must have missed that one because I didn't know that he
Oh, you
made a.
missed it all right, huh?
When did Matt drop that?
Dropped it while it was hot,
Uh
hot off the press.
oh. Well, that's the way Matthew Fisher rolls, right off the press, straight down.
Rest in peace, Matthew Fisher.
They're coming for you, Matt. They're coming
He's
for
in the
you.
hospital with the COVID-19 with with Alexander's conspiratory short film idea.
Hmm.
I liked his wardrobe in it. I do. That was my favorite part of the clips that I seen. His wardrobe was pretty fantastic.
Well,
But I thought you did a good job. I was very impressed with your accepted short when I seen it.
yeah, thanks.
I liked your play on the cutting of outdoors. It was very good. You were very, as usual, you brought your A game.
Well, I only believe that if you're going to do it, you might as well do it right.
Brought a
Right.
tear to my eye.
And it's hard to bring a tear to this man's eye.
I was contemplating the ending and all that evening, and when I seen that, it gave me hope for another day.
Yeah, he actually crawled off the ladder, and he actually gave me the rope. I have it in my closet right now as kind of a remembrance of the life that I saved.
I cracked open another bottle of Jack Daniels and found a reason to go on one more day.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I mean, you can't beat that. I like a good Jack like anyone else.
I heard about that.
Yeah. But,
Is it still being locked up?
Hmm?
Do they still have to lock the alcohol up with you?
yes, I'm a crazy alky.
Make sure you don't go too deep. They
But-
call Alex Hawk the ocean. He likes to go too deep sometimes.
Well, hey, you gotta test your limits, right?
Oh yeah. How do you feel about current events going on as we speak?
Oh,
Minneapolis is burning like a Native American's wildfire.
I mean, it's just it's crazy the world that we live in. I mean, especially with everything that's going on, especially in Minneapolis, and it's
Tragic.
yeah. I mean, I really don't even have things to say. I mean, what happened was unforgivable,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone involved, you know. I mean, I think there wouldn't have been all this if they took actions in a timely manner, but instead they dragged their feet, and that's why they are in the situation they are in.
That's interesting. COVID. People say the same thing about COVID.
Yeah.
Maybe they're all tied together.
I don't know. Actually, it was interesting. Now, I don't know how true it is, but there's a lot of pictures circulating, a lot of things showing that some of the looting is actually instigated and brought on by the cops themselves.
I've seen that myself.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
A lot of them supposedly are dressing up as looters and trying to stir up things to, of course, make
The playing field even, I think, maybe. So all the people that were upset with the police can say, well, look at what the public's doing. Like they're two evils working.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that drives me crazy is the fact that, no matter where you go, you're going, and you have to realize, no matter what profession, what race, religion, whatever, you're always going to have the good people, you're always going to have bad people in those. And unfortunately, I think the big thing, especially like in places like professions like the police force, that they have kind of a mentality that it's them against everyone else. And when one or two or more police officers decide to use their authority for something as heinous as what they did, that even those that don't think that they're that way find themselves wrapped up in the protect your brothers, do whatever you have to do to keep the strong blue line, policemen forever. And the only way anything's going to change is when people say enough is enough. And of course, you'll always have people who just want to instigate, want to cause more problems. And the fact is that I understand their frustration and they're acting out. That's why they're doing what they're doing with the looting and all that. And I understand that, whenever they, do more peaceful things, they still get crap. But I mean, the thing is, unfortunately, with all the looting and all that, it ends up hurting them even more, because the businesses in those areas are going to look at it like, is it worth us keeping a store in this area if, we lose revenue, we lose, merchandise and all that. So there's going to be businesses that are probably going to pull out, which is going to make those communities even, more poor, and more, uh, even worse off than they already are. And like I said, I wish I had even a suggestion how it would change things.
Communication.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I think if the police and the politicians of their state communicated with the people more, there wouldn't be issues like this. I think that I don't support the looting and rioting, but I feel like a lot of them are doing it because it was their only way of being heard in a situation where you know there's a lot of local businesses and stuff that can't COVID just happened where people can't afford they were shut down so they can't afford to pay their bills and stuff, but now their business is getting torn apart, and it's tough. I could understand them feeling like maybe we need to do this so to teach this state a lesson, but like they're hurting a lot of good people that feel the same way they do, which is tragic. And I don't know if you've seen that there was a video of a Target being looted. Did you see that video? And there was people were running out of there with TVs and all types of stuff, and there's a meme going around which is kind of funny about about people with a cart full of stuff, and behind them there's some nerdy dude with a big box of a Lego
Legos.
under his arm.
Yes, I
Which
saw that.
I always wonder how stealing TVs and Legos is honoring the death of an innocent person who got murdered, but I guess to each his own on that one. But there was a video of a lady in a wheelchair. Did you see that?
Um,
There,
I don't think I've seen it.
there,
I heard there was something about a woman in a wheelchair. I
yeah,
just
there was a lady that was in a wheelchair at a Target, and she was like trying. I don't know if she was trying to stop people or trying to get in herself or what the story was, but somebody did her a favor and strangled her for a little bit, and because she was in the way, which is always a very human thing to do, and they sprayed her in the face with the fire extinguisher. Um, but you're getting too political and you're making me uncomfortable, Alexander. So we need to move on. So
hey, you're the one who brought it up, buddy.
Severed Limbs Film
Okay.
Festival was good. I got to watch it at home, which was very nice. I always like to watch things at my home where I don't have to go out, especially in the COVID-19 situation. Um, is it too soon to talk about a certain somebody that won an award
Oh,
at the this won't air for a couple weeks, so I think it'll be safe to
safe to let the cat out of the
let the
bag,
cat
so
out of the
to.
bag, so to speak.
Well, a lot of tip in the hat to Neil about. Neil actually created an award called the Alexander Hawk Award.
I was very proud
I
to see that.
Yes, I was really happy. First time I've ever actually had an award named after me. That was really
Some
good.
people go their whole lives and never get an award named after them.
Yeah. And of course, I also won the award,
You won the
which,
award.
yeah. And I was nominated for 3 roles
Ooh.
that I did in the film
What
festival.
were the films you were nominated for?
One was Insomniac
Oh my
as
goodness.
Walter with my crazy little haircut.
I loved it.
Acceptance, as we talked about.
Great stuff.
Yeah. And also in the short Bullied, which was directed by Nick Charles.
Oh, I worked on that film too.
Yeah.
Nick Charles don't like to talk about me though. He forgets my name. He gets amnesia every time I come up.
That's okay, buddy. We know that you are an important part of the team.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, so I actually won the award for Bullied, which was great. I had a lot of fun playing Principal Connors, a principal that you don't want to be running your school because he really doesn't want to be a principal. He'd rather be an accountant.
So he's like every other principal
Yeah,
that
pretty
works in
much.
schools. I like it was a great look. You had a great look too. There should be an action figure or some type of plush teddy bear with your depiction.
I'm already a plus teddy bear. Look at me.
Ooh,
More of me to love, right?
I love it all.
But hey, buddy, you want to
Yeah,
talk about some of the other stuff you done? You helped us out a lot with a lot of the documentaries that we
yeah,
have on the DVDs.
yeah. Well, I do. I'm more of a behind the scenes type guy. I really haven't kind of come to the surface until recently with the COVID situation because everybody's out of work and just looking for things to do. So I figured, what the hey, I'll jump into the public eye a little bit. Maybe I'll disappear when the COVID disappears and stuff. But we'll see. But yeah, I've been doing, some of the behind the scenes documentaries on some of the films we did. I did. Well, I've known Matt forever from way back in pre high school. You know what I mean? I think I met him in eighth grade, maybe seventh grade, and I was always kind of helping him out with his films, and I think the first thing he did a few things with the Insane Shane McCain, which I helped out on them. We did a way back in like the late '90s. We started it, which was it was this thing called Intelligence Gone Wild. We did two of them, and I directed the second one. He did the first one. Um, then we did some Insane Shane McCain stuff. Um, I want to say then I started kind of doing those documentary things where I did a sit down on site, which was like a behind the scenes featurette, I guess you'd call it, for a project he did called The Site, where I sat everybody down and interviewed them for the film. One of my favorite films that I've done is probably the Up Jump the Boogie documentary, or How I Stopped hating and learning to love the production of DJ Stan the Man, which the first time I really got to work with this man right here, which was great.
Yeah.
As you know more than anybody here, DJ was, it was a great film, but there was a lot of troubles and hoops that were had to even jump through in order to make it. So it was fun to dive into that. Um, we also did I did two little documentaries for the making of Groundhog. Um, Another production that I think hoops had to be jumped through a little bit. That's the thing with making these monies for no money. Did I say making money for no money?
Yes,
Well,
you
we make no money for no money, absolutely,
did.
for sure. But making these movies for no money, you deal with a bunch of headaches and hassles, and what better subject matter to document, you know?
Yeah.
We also did a little behind the scenes for the Insomniac short film, which was nice. I just started this past year before the COVID situation came in. I did my first narrative little film, Attack of the Atomic Killer Bees, which
Yeah.
fits right in with right now, actually, with all the murder bees going around.
Yeah,
So
the
hopefully
murder
we'll be able
hornets.
to pop that out into the public soon.
Yeah.
But I've just always been a big fan, and I guess I was lucky enough to link up with some other people that liked movies as well, and played my part and kept it kind of kept it going. But I hope to maybe do some more narrative stuff. I'll probably do some more documentaries in the future. I got a documentary I'm trying to get off the ground right now, so we'll see how that goes. But I like it. I
Oh.
don't. It's allowed me to meet great people like Alexander Huck. Also working on a few. I work on the BoomBastiCAST, and you
Yeah.
know Matt recently just started up another little like 5 minute review show with Tony Newton from the UK. I know you're very familiar with him.
Yeah, good
You,
guy.
you work with him a lot as
Yeah.
well. What is it? 5 minutes in Horror Haven.
Oh yeah. I've watched a bunch of them. I like them.
Well, there isn't really a bunch of them released, but I appreciate you lying for the camera, making it
there's
look like.
there's like 4 of them, right?
I think so.
There's the A, B, C, D. I think he's up to D. Okay.
Yeah, you know more than I do. I just like him. When he posts them, I just click the like button and say, "Okay, great job. I'm going back to bed." But yeah, so yeah, that's what I've been doing. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to do a film starring the great Alexander Hawk. That's what I strive for.
Hey, anytime.
I strive for doing a film directed by Alexander Hawk and to get credit for a film that I did with Nick Charles. Those are the two things I'm always looking for in this world. But we'll see.
Well,
see. Maybe I'll be directing Bullied too. We'll see how it goes.
Hey, I'm down for that. I'd like to see that.
I worked on the B Documentary 2 project as well. I guess next weekend, Neil Jones, our buddy Neil Jones, is going to be doing a little watch party for that as well. Guess who you won't be seeing at the Q&A at the end of it? That's right, this guy right here. But I know Matt and some other people that were a part of the film will be there, so I'll be watching. It'll be good. It'll be a fun watch. I don't know why you're not in the B Documentary movies.
Hey, I haven't been asked, and if I'm asked, I'll definitely do it. But I'm not going to be hounding anyone for that.
You were just a part of a new James Balsamo film, which is even better.
Yeah.
Our pal James Balsamo out there.
Yeah. Bite School 2.
Hell yeah.
He's starting to film more stuff with that. I got a job of playing a expert in Inca and Aztec and Mayan studies, and who's talking about this great bat god that's going to come down and destroy the world we live in. Not quite COVID, but close.
Sounds like COVID.
But yeah, I filmed that. That was a lot of fun. And it's tough because of everything going on, that it's not as easy as it once was of just running out and filming and doing stuff. So I'm trying to keep myself busy. I'm trying to figure out some other things I can shoot on my own, with Buddy, who's brave enough to fight COVID to come and help me out with some of my projects.
I'm used to wearing a mask, so it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, he actually likes it. It's kind of a fetish thing, but we just ignore it.
I'm a brain surgeon when I'm working. I'm a doctor.
Yes. He has experimented on my brain many a times.
Believe it.
Yes.
Speaking of that, we just looked at footage of the upcoming film that you were a part of, a starring Alexander Hawk film. Yes. I don't think it's been officially announced yet. I know that it's almost done, but I know that I think Matthew wrote and directed it, and I think he's waiting for. I don't know what he's waiting for. Damn it! It's COVID-19. There's no time to wait. Everybody could be dead tomorrow. I don't know what he's waiting for, but I know he's waiting to announce the name, and the poster artwork is done for it. I've seen it. I like it. You've seen it as well, I think.
Yeah. I mean that's the thing I gotta say about Matt. He is a very talented guy, not only as a director and a writer, but this guy is a Renaissance man. He paints, he does music.
Oh
my. I mean, heck, I wish I was that talented.
I'm in the wrong
field. That's okay, man. I mean, we love you. We love all the stuff you do. I mean, every little bit helps, man.
I hope so.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Whenever Matt needs help, first person he calls is you, man.
That's true.
He always calls Buddy. He says, Buddy, we're doing something. We need you to come down. Bring your camera. Let's shoot some behind the scenes stuff.
Got me on speed dial.
Yeah. So.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is, we got a lot of things we're working on. A lot of things that might have been delayed that we'll hopefully will be doing soon. It's a crazy time. We got to try to find a way to keep going and keep getting being busy.
Yeah. August of 2020, new anthology film coming out from Tony Newton.
Yes.
I don't know. I called American Sasquatch. It was a Bigfoot short that we all did about a year ago, maybe more, starring Alexander Hawk
and Mr. Ray Booten.
And Mr. Ray Booten, I was taken back by the face you made when I said the year ago. Was it more or less than that?
I honestly, I think it might be 2 years. I might be wrong, but I feel like it's been 2 years.
Okay.
I know. Well, it's the funniest story about it is that, um, uh, Tony, contacted us. He said he wanted to do a Bigfoot anthology series. Asked us to do a short, and he said we had to get in by a certain time. So, we sat down, we worked, and we got it together, and we filmed it, edited, and sent it out. And then, for a long time, we didn't hear anything about it. So, we really didn't know what was going to happen with it until I think it was, maybe 3-4 months ago when he dropped about American Sasquatch anthology. You think?
Maybe 2.
Just
because I feel like I think this is the first time that you guys mentioned it on the show. Yeah. I feel like it would have got mentioned before, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, when you're stuck in this COVID-19 haze, you have a tendency to lose track of time.
That's true.
A day feels like a month, and a month feels like a day. It depends. And it keeps you guessing, trying to figure out when and where everything is.
I think I heard rumor that Tony might not be doing anthology films anymore. Did I
Yeah.
hear that correct?
I mean, that's what I heard. I think he said that he might be taking a step back from that. I mean, I haven't really talked to Tony about that. Whether it's just that he's going to take a break from it, or he's going to, just stop doing anthologies altogether. But yeah, I mean, either way, give Tony a lot of credit. I mean, he gives the opportunity for a lot of us independent horror filmmakers to do shorts, little segments, and put them out there so people can see it and also hear about us, and hopefully grow our stable of fans. And then, that'll hopefully lead to, bigger and better things.
It's true. That is true. I can speak for everybody when I say we're very happy that we met Tony and collaborate with him. Even to this day, still doing. He's got a new indie horror film community. We'll have to do a little tag on there. He has a YouTube page going right now. But yes, it's he's not stopping. I think he's just kind of changing up the reins into a new format, you know. But absolutely, I don't know. There's very few people I can think of really in the low budget to no budget film community that has given other filmmakers opportunities like Tony has.
Yeah.
So onward and upward for Tony Newton.
Yeah.
So to go back real quick to Acceptance, it was a good time. I had a lot of fun working on it. There was another film that is currently in post-production.
Oh,
a directorial debut. No, not really a debut, but another directorial effort by Alex.
Yeah. It is. It has a lot of background music. It doesn't have a lot of dialogue. Matthew Fisher and also the famous James Balsamo
Ooh.
do lend their voices as customers that make comments to me through my workday. And but other than that, it's mainly just me throughout the film. And I will always say that I have a lot of respect for, you know, everyone, especially the nurses, the doctors, and all that. I mean, they of course, you know, are on the front lines, and well, I don't consider myself in the same league, I guess. But I'm the backup singers for them right now, I think.
Well, everybody who has to go deal with people is all equally on the same playing field.
Yeah.
So I would consider, the essential employees just as important as doctors and nurses at this time.
Yeah. And the thing is, what I love is you'll have people making the big thing about, oh, why is it that, Walmart's open but you can't go to church, or, things like that. It's like, well, I understand the both sides, okay? I mean, the thing is that if you go to Walmart or you go to church, you're still putting yourself in the same risk of getting an infection. I mean, it's not like COVID decides to, stay away from Walmart because of the prices and just attacks, churches.
The churches are owned by the big corporations that want to make all that money.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'd be open and allowed to make that money. Some of the people that own those corporations are some of the people that might have let COVID-19 happen.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it is kind of suspicious that so many CEOs, decide to retire before this really hit our shores. Yeah, retired, got their retirement plans and all that, and now they're hanging out in their yachts, and waiting out the storms, doing little YouTube videos like, "We're in this together." And
Did you see the picture of all the big yachts that were lined up together to like send some message?
yeah, it was like, I mean, it was shorter than "We are in this together," but it was something like that, something along those lines. And it's like, listen, I got news for you. If you make enough money that you can take, 3 or 4 months out, not do a single lick of work or have any income coming in, you're not in the same boat as the rest of us. Secondly, if you can literally hang out on a yacht, a boat, away from all this without worrying about getting infection, again, you are also not in the same boat as we are.
No
And
pun intended.
yeah, and it's a huge insult for them to say, "Oh, yeah, we feel your pain, we're there with you." It's like, no, you're not. Now there are a few celebrities that have gone out of their way to help during this crisis, or have pointed out the hypocrisy of their fellow colleagues. One of them is like Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
I've been following him on Instagram, and he's constantly out there helping people in the community and all of that.
His tacos are very expensive, though.
Well,
Mikey Bone Road told me that.
ah, well, I mean, I haven't had a Danny Trejo taco, so I can't tell you about them. Maybe it's the best tacos in the world.
I haven't heard that, but maybe.
But yeah, and also it's always great, every so often I check out like Ryan Reynolds' Twitter page, and it's always enjoyable. He has a great sense of humor when it comes to dealing with everything going on, especially poking fun at people saying, "Oh yeah, we're in this with you." It's like, no, you're not. Yeah, I mean, don't pretend that you are. And And I mean, the only thing that we can hope during this tough time is that we can get through this all in one piece and be able to hopefully learn from our previous mistakes and try to fix them. And but like I said, unfortunately, one of the things is that there's so many people who they just want things to go back to how it was before. And unfortunately, after everything that's happened, that's never going to happen going back. Because, I mean, there's so many things that have been brought to light. We have two choices, really. We can either, take the hit from COVID and kind of never get any farther than we are right now, or we can, look at the problems in our system and say, okay, this is where our system fell apart, and this is what we have to do to fix our system. So we have to work together to fix the system. But like I said, unfortunately, there's so many people in power that all they want to do is go back where they don't have to worry about anything. They keep on making their money, and then, everyone else, suffers for it. But unfortunately, that's where we are right now. I think that we definitely need to find a way to make things better. What do you think, buddy?
I agree. I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one.
You'll have to agree. You're right, yeah.
But yeah, was it's too gloomy now. It's too gloomy to go on. But
yeah. But
so I heard you watched some new movies recently.
yeah. Actually, I was happy to.
You were happy. You don't sound happy.
Well, I'm only happy when you're around here.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I like him so much better than Matt.
Me too.
He's so much nicer.
True.
But our favorite place, Bull Moose, has opened up, and I was able to go up there and grab some DVDs, and two of them that I really enjoyed that I picked up. One was Guns Akimbo.
Oh.
Now, I think it's based on the manga. I'm not 100% sure. I think it is. It stars Daniel Radcliffe from Harry Potter fame. And it's a dark action comedy. Daniel Radcliffe plays kind of a loser video game programmer who really has no direction in life. And he decided when he was home to play on the computer, and he went into this chat room. Now in this world there's a thing called Schism, which is kind of a reality based TV show where they pit criminals against each other, and they kill each other for the amusement of the main public. It's like Running Man. Yeah, it's like Running Man. Just in the internet age.
So it's like Running Man meets Ready Player One.
It's more like Running Man meets Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh, good movie.
Yeah, it's. I'm not a big fan, but yeah,
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah,
great movie.
But yeah, because I mean it uses a lot of the same Scott Pilgrim kind of video game tropes that they used in that film that they also used in Guns Akimbo. And I enjoy Daniel Radcliffe. I think I really like the fact that he, especially now since Harry Potter's done and he's kind of have free reign to do anything and everything that he and try weird roles. and he definitely, is a lot of fun. In this one, he decides to, bash some people on the chat thing of this, um, reality TV show, Running Man thing, and the guy in charge was not happy, so he and his men breaks into his house and they literally bolt guns to both of his hands. So so he has to try to run around and walk, and only thing he can do with his hands right now is like pull the trigger and shoot. And of course, he only has a limited amount of ammo. And their thing is they pit him against Nix, which is kind of the star player. And you know things happen. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I think if you enjoy over the top zaniness kind of things, I think you'd enjoy it because it's funny. It's also kind of weird and out there. It has some good gore effects if you're into gore, and also some good visual effects that really adds to the story instead of takes away from it. So I definitely recommend checking that out. But if you are a big gore fan, if you just love the bright red stuff, VFW, that is the film for you. Um, it has William Sadler. It has do you remember the guy's name that
James Brown.
is
James Brown in there.
Is
Football player from Dusk Till Dawn.
Fred Willard from Dusk Till Dawn is in it.
Fred Willard died recently too. Rest in peace.
He did?
Fred Willard.
I mean, not the big tall guy.
Fred Williamson.
Yeah, Fred Williamson. I'm
That's
sorry.
who I was thinking of.
Yeah,
Football player.
Yeah, I think he's still alive.
Yeah, Sadler, Fred Williamson, and there's a third one, right?
Well, the guy who was in Don't Breathe, in
Okay,
yeah, the old guy. Again, I forget his name off the top of my head. Those three are like the main characters in it. They're awesome. They're so much fun. But also they have the actor who played Norman Cheers.
Don't spoil it too much.
I'm not. I'm just going to give the rundown of the people in here.
Making sure.
Okay, don't worry.
His name is George Wendt.
George Wendt, he's in it, and also Warriors, come out and play!
Yeah.
That actor is also in it, and it's a lot of fun. It's especially, like I said, if you like over the top practical effects, you like a lot of gore in it, and the thing is that you have great older actors in it. Almost forgot. Karate Kid. The guy. No. Well, he is the Karate Kid, but the guy who was the head of Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
That actor, he's also in it. Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's. I mean, if nothing else, I mean, the older actors in it, they bring their A game. They keep you, entertained. You care about what happens to them, and you're rooting for them from beginning to end. And I definitely recommend checking it out. VFW, great movie.
Word. I watched Cruising again for the first time in a long time with Al Pacino, the William Friedkin movie.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Good one. It's Al Pacino goes undercover as a guy who enjoys frequenting gay nightlife of S&M culture, and kind of to hunt down a serial killer who's been killing and dismembering people in the gay community. Arrow put it out. It was a nice HD Blu-ray situation, so it looked good. And with that Blu-ray, I didn't realize how many homosexual blowjobs were in that movie. But there's quite a few. There's quite a few that were lurking in the shadows that the HD pulled out for everybody to see. So if you're into that type of thing, or you like William Friedkin and Al Pacino movies, I'd say check it out.
Well, that's interesting.
Well, thank you for saying so.
Buddy.
But I want to thank you. I want to thank you for letting me be a co-host, filling in for Matt in this episode. It's good to get in front of the camera instead of usually behind it. And yeah, I think unless you get something else to talk about, we could probably wrap it up.
No, that's about it. And again, I want to say thank you, Buddy, for coming down.
Anytime.
And
Anytime.
yeah,
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely, anytime. Anytime, dude. Trying to get more face out there, even more and more.
Yeah, I'll definitely call you up, man.
Anytime.
Yeah, we gotta do some more of these.
Anytime.
But yeah, I think that's about it. So give up the sign.
The pieces.
The pieces, man.
Though?
Come on, haven't you?
I feel like I'm stepping on his grave now here.
That's okay. That's okay, man.
Okay.
Come on, just throw it up, man. Throw it up.
Peace.
Peace, man.